Good morning, students. As I had mentioned in my previous video that I would be reading the chapter, I would request kindly take out a pencil and read along with me. The name of the chapter is Evolution of Computers. We will start from here. In early time, people use stones, fingers and bones for calculation, which some of we use also for today, like for addition we use the fingers for adding. 3 on one side, 2 on one side becomes 5 for calculation. So ancient time, in early times, people also use fingers, stones for calculation. But over the years, several devices were invented that were capable of performing various mathematical operations. Slowly, devices were invented for doing such calculations. Let us learn about these early calculating devices. We are going to learn about, as we have discussed in the video, the devices. The first is abacus. An abacus was first calculating device developed by Chinese. It was developed by Chinese people. This simple device was made up of a frame with rods. It was made up of frame and they had certain rods. Each rod had definite number of beads. As you can see, these black colors are beads. So each rod has definite number of beads. It was mainly used by merchants, means traders, business doing peoples. Okay, merchants to perform the basic calculation such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Then it can do this simple mathematical calculations. Okay, and the word abacus comes from a Greek word abax, which means flat surface. You can see now that frame was made up of flat surface. Yes or no? I'll show it here also. Abacus. As you can see, it made up of a flat surface, number of beads, rods and a frame. Okay, so this is abacus. Then we have Napier bones, which was developed in, beta, you have to remember the dates. Okay, it was developed in 1617, that is 1617. It was developed in 1617. John Napier developed a set of rods to perform multiplications and division. This Napier bones can perform multiplication and division. The device was named as Napier bones. The rods were made up of bones, ivory or metal with numbers written on them. So as you can see, it were made up of bones or ivory and numbers were written on it. It can do the mathematical multiplication or division purpose. So these rods were made up of ivory or your ivory bones, animal bones or metals. Now Pascaline. The Pascaline was the first mechanical calculator. It was the first mechanical calculator, and I have defined what is known as mechanical. When we are providing the energy by rotating the wheels or levers, we are supplying the mechanical energy. So without rotating the rollers or the wheels, it will not do anything. So it requires mechanical energy, hence it was the first mechanical calculator developed by Blaise Pascal in 1642. Okay, it was considered a rectangular box with numbers written on rotating wheel. It could perform addition, subtraction and carry tens, hundreds and thousands between digits, as it can do a lot of bigger digits up to 1000 units. Okay, so Pascaline was capable of doing calculations more than your Napier and abacus. Difference engine. The difference engine, it was designed by Charles Babbage. Oh, I'll show you the Pascaline also. Here, a clear image of Pascaline consisting of wheels having different numbers. Okay, and it is being used for adding till thousands of digits. You can see another image of a Pascaline calculator also. Difference engine. Difference engine was also designed by Charles Babbage in 1822. It was designed to perform mathematical operations automatically. Without the involvement of human or mechanical energy, this device, that is the difference engine, was capable of performing the calculations automatically by using the steam energy, which will be running through this pipe, rotating the different wheelers or rollers and gears so that the calculation can be performed. As you can see, it is a big machine. If nowadays we had put it up, you can see it would require a big space in your room. Yes or no? Consist of different rollers and wheels also providing the input. Then the analytical machine. Analytical machine, okay, we will write the info box. Between 1847 and 1849, Babbage completed the design of another difference engine. This was simpler than the first one. That means he has little bit simplified it, which made it little bit less in size and little bit good in working. So the design was simple from the first one, and it was also designed by the Charles Babbage. Analytical engine. Analytical engine was also developed by Charles Babbage in 1837. It is considered as the world's first general purpose computer. I had told you what is general purpose, which can perform all actions for a general person. Okay, so calculation regarding a general purpose or general need was considered and done by this analytical engine. It was designed as mechanical computer. Again, it requires to rotate some wheel rollers because it runs on mechanical computer and could perform any kind of calculation. It can perform any kind of calculation. कोई भी calculation आप दीजिए, it will do it. The machine had 4 components we discussed. Mill, that is the calculating unit. Store, that is the storing the data or data is held, stored. Reader, the input device or input unit, and printer, that is the output device. The mill was the calculating unit. The store was where the data was held. The reader and printer were the input and output devices respectively. So these different parts, these different units were attached and they performed different functions so that this machine, that is analytical engine, can perform all general purpose calculations and become the general purpose computer, world's first general purpose computer. Tabulating machine was a electromechanical machine. It is electromechanical, means runs on electricity plus mechanical energy, like your motor which pumps the water in your tank. It is also electromechanical device. It takes the electrical energy, rotates the motor, which makes the pressure and puts the water in the tank. It was being developed by Herman Hollerith. It was developed in 1890 for United States Census, when there was a census in United States, USA. In 1890, this machine or this device was developed by Herman Hollerith. It was used to assist in counting and recording the given information in lesser time. It was used to record the census, record the numbers and provide the calculation in less time, कम time में provide करता था. It is